have done, or which will find them in a
So ladies and gentlemen, the central clash of tonight's debate is whether or not governments should have the right to assassinate leaders in a duly considered case-by-case basis. Ladies and gentlemen, many of you may have an observatory, but they've lacked the foresight in tonight's debate to notice that assassinations of Barack Obama would not be considered legitimate under our model, and in fact, these only would be considered legitimate when there is an imminent indirect harm to the civilians of that population, ladies and gentlemen. And in this instance, assassinations allow a government to fulfill the duty of its foreign policy, which is A, to protect its citizens, and B, to promote stability, which we came out and told you at first, ladies and gentlemen. And because assassinations allow a mediation between direct war and failed diplomacy, because they allow an intermediary step, ladies and gentlemen, they are the most effective and most preserving of human dignity and human life. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to speak to you about three things tonight. The first thing is going to be how it protects citizens. The second thing is how there is going to be reduced collateral damage. And the third is how it serves human dignity to ultimately endorse these assassinations. So we would say that in the example of the war on terror, leadership is particularly important. Further evidence of this is the Yemeni branch of Al-Qaeda, which has only joined to Al-Qaeda through Osama bin Laden. So what we've seen since his assassination is a division between these two sects of Al-Qaeda, which has made them less effective in, to institute their own terrorist regimes in these regions. So the opposition has got up and told us that there is a mediating way to protect citizens, and that is capture. Well, I'd like to point out that there was 3 helicopters, not 2, in the that invasion. The reason why they might think it was 2 is because one of them was left behind and blown up, because Al-Qaeda operatives got onto it and destroyed it, ladies and gentlemen. These are particularly risky, particularly quick invasions where you need to go in and get out as soon as possible, as quickly as possible. Simply trying to calm Osama bin Laden, who's at the side of his bed, wielding an AK-47 down, trying to calm him down and convince him to put his weapon down and come with us into the helicopter, Mr. bin Laden. No, that is not. These people are not willing to cooperate. They are often in highly fortified hideouts, which poses an immediate threat to the people that are trying to capture them. This is why we use Predator missile drones in the Bora Bora Mountains in Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen, because we allow to kill these people who are the heads of these terrorist organisations without civilian damages of the local civilian population, without losses to our own military forces, who we think are serving good in these regions, and in ultimately a more effective and more powerful statement of our aims. Ladies and gentlemen, diplomacy does fail. It fails all the time. The idea that countries like Somalia, the whole of North Africa and the Middle East are open to negotiation is new to me. No, the only negotiating that Somalia does is ransom negotiation for the fleet of pirates that makes up its primary industry. Ladies and gentlemen, a government, not a Western government as the opposition have come up and accused of, but any government who has legitimate cause is justified and indeed obliged to protect its citizens through this legitimate foreign policy objective. Ladies and gentlemen, because it allows a government to fulfill its foreign policy obligations by protecting its citizens and promoting stability, ladies and gentlemen, the motion must fall on the affirmative side of the House.
were able to be a greater degree of responsibility with the alternative conception presented by the other side of the favourite terrorist groups. And that is why, in a split decision, by incredibly close margins, the winners of this debate and the champions of the Senior A Division of ISDA 2011 are the affirmative. Yeah!